What's up, YouTube? Grimsy42 here, and I've got a ton of pickups to do. And this is going to range from multiple pickups that I've done recently. It's going to be divided into different parts and different segments within each part, just because there's just so much. So I tried to segregate it based on like system and everything. So, anyways, let's get right into it because there is a ton. The first batch of stuff is from a road trip that a friend and I did in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's about an hour and a half drive from me. So we went to a whole bunch of different places. We had multiple game stops, not the store, but stops that sold games on the list. And we wanted to try to make sure we could get as much covered as we could within the time before everything closed. So the first thing we did was we stopped and got some Chick-fil-A, which is awesome. I've had it in the past, and I was definitely excited to fill my face with more. So anyways, we go to a multiple game stores, and the first thing I had noticed when I went into a store called The Exchange in Erie, PA, was like right in the front they had this glass case, and it was full of boxed Super Nintendo games. Now, anyone who collects knows they're tough to find, and usually when you find them, the prices are ridiculous. So, suffice to say, I did grab quite a few, and I'm going to go ahead and show those right now. So, first one, Metal Combat. It is complete. Next one is Battle Clash, and if you note right there, you can actually still see it's got the original price tag and shrink wrapping on it. Next game is Super R-Type. UN Squadron. F-Zero. And this one I want to get a little closer. If you can see, I'm not sure if you can notice. You see how it says property of Nintendo? There's a sticker on there, and it says Nintendo promotional offer, not for resale. So I'm not really sure what this is about, but kind of cool. I've never seen it before. Next is a couple games that aren't that good, but I got them at a great price. Wwf Royal Rumble. And WWF Raw. Okay, the next one is an RPG. It's a game by Enix. It's called Brain Lord. Very happy to pick that up. It's always good to get a complete boxed RPG, especially by Enix. Okay. The next one is Super Bomberman 2. And when I got this home, I noticed something weird about it. It was a mistake that I think even the store didn't catch. Super Bomberman 2 is not inside of here. Super Bomberman 1 actually is, which is slightly more valuable. So I'll track down Bomberman 2 to complete this, but in the meantime I've got Bomberman 1, so wasn't too bad of a deal. Okay, the rest of these are pretty good games, so I'm definitely excited about these. And a couple of them still have the original price tags on them, so they're definitely in good shape. First one is Battletoads Double Dragon. Next is Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. The next one is a game I've been looking for a very long time, and to to get it complete is one thing, but I actually have it sealed, so I'm extremely pleased. And it is in immaculate shape. Captain Commando. Okay, this next one is another game. In fact, the next three are games that I've been looking to get my hands on complete ever since I started collecting games again. This one is actually one of my personal, I'd say, top 10 favorite games of all time. Amazing multiplayer game, and that's Contra 3, the Alien Wars. Next is Megaman X. And this one, when I picked this game up, I literally thought I was having a little bit of a delusion. I could not believe I'd found this in the wild, and I'm extremely excited to pick it up. Megaman X2. Now, I personally do not think this is one of the better Mega Man X games in the series. I'd probably put it at like 3rd or 4th. It is extremely rare, and I don't know if you can tell. Forgive the lighting, I'm still working on that, but you can see right there. It's not every day you find a sealed Mega Man X2, so I'll take that. And then lastly is Mario All-Stars. Definitely an uncommon game to find in the box. I know the original copy I obtained, I got through Nintendo. I forget how. There was some stipulation you had to meet, and they would mail it to you. So I remember getting mine in the mail like that, and it didn't come with the box. So definitely happy to get this in the box. Okay. That's going to do it for the box Super Nintendo games. So I'm going to do a little quick cut here, and then I will have the next stuff ready for pickup, so stay tuned. Okay guys, I've got the next batch of games ready, and this batch is pretty impressive also. I was definitely happy to pick up some of these titles. Some of them were just fillers, but some of these are titles I've actually been actively seeking, so again, it was definitely very exciting. I guess I'll start with the least exciting. I guess I was mistaken in the previous segment. I do have a few more boxed Super Nintendo games. The first one is Zoop, and it's complete. I think I picked this up for $1. So $1 for any boxed Super Nintendo game is always a great deal. And this next one I also picked up for $1. It's Hal's Hole-in-One Golf. And again, that's complete. It's got the manual, the poster, the insert, all that nine. So, okay, next I believe I'll do some Genesis games. First one is The Little Mermaid. Complete. Pick this up for $2. Next one is another good title. Actually, turns out I have this already, so I do have one for trade. This is Aladdin. Also complete, and it also has, if you can see right there, the little extra flyer that's promoting the VHS tape. So that's definitely awesome to have this 100% complete. The next Genesis game is one I actually remember playing as a kid and had a blast with. It's Quackshot, starring Donald Duck. And these old Disney games were just amazing. Had a total blast playing this as a kid, and it is also complete and dropped. Looks like it's okay though. It survived the fall, so it's in there now. That's one thing about these cartridges, they're durable, so I'm actually going to keep that in there. I think that's kind of funny that I dropped it as I was showing it off. Maybe I'll stop opening them now. The next one I actually picked up at, I don't want to call it a pawn shop, it was more like a computer repair store, and they had a couple things. My buddy actually wound up picking up a complete Sega Genesis. He got a pretty good price on it. And the one game they did have there I was interested in was a complete copy of Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. And it is definitely more uncommon than the other Jurassic Parks, so I was definitely happy to grab this, and I believe I got it for $3, so it's definitely a good deal there. Okay, the next game is actually my first 32X game, and at the same time it happens to be my first complete 32X game. It's one I definitely had on my list. That's Star Wars Arcade. I grabbed this for, I want to say $5. So for a complete 32X game, that's pretty good. This next batch of games is boxed NES games. Now, those are things I have never seen out in the wild, and I don't know if you would call this game store the wild, but I mean, it's definitely turf I'm not used to going to, and I was definitely surprised to see them. Okay, so the first one is Section Z. I know this is not a extremely rare game, but it is a Capcom title, and it is part of the Captain Commando Challenge series. And I have a bit of a personal reason for wanting to get it. So the Z part is actually my last initial to my last name, so a lot of people call me just Z. So apparently now I have my own section. So it's definitely good to get that. I already had it loose, but to get it complete was definitely kind of funny. This next game, I only picked it up because of its price and condition. And this is a mint copy of Monopoly. And when I say mint, I mean there is nothing wrong with this box. It is like perfect. Not a scratch or a dent anywhere. It literally looks like it was just opened today. And I got this for $2, so no problem there. This next game I actually got for $1. Go figure. So again, when I say the wild, I mean these are not retail prices. I mean these aren't the rarest games, but for $1 for a complete NES game. And this is Top Gun, the second mission. And again, this is complete and in really good shape. Not as good as the Monopoly, but it is, I would say, very good condition. Okay, these next three are games that I've definitely had my eye on. And I've been trying to find boxed and complete. And ironically, I will show them in order of rarity and in sequence, so it kind of works out. The first one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And again, it is complete. The second one, which is still wrapped, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. I remember owning this as a kid. I paid like $40 for it at Toys R Us, and I definitely played this game to death. So it's very, very awesome to get this back, I guess, since I had owned it at one point. And with the wrapping still on it and everything, I mean, that's just, you really can't ask for much better condition. And this last game is in just as good a condition as that Monopoly, and if it's possible, it may even be in better condition. I'm totally blown away with the shape this game is in, especially since it's a very sought-after game. And that's Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Now, I've never played this one that I can remember, but this is the last beat 'em up by the Turtles series to be made before, obviously before the jump to Super Nintendo. I mean, you can count Tournament Fighter. I believe that is slightly newer than this. This was made in 1991, but it is a pretty rare game, and the card alone goes like 30, so, or 20, you know, depending on eBay. So I'm definitely very happy to pick this up. Okay, that's going to wrap up that section, and I guess this will wrap up part one. I'm going to cut here and be on the lookout for part two. There's definitely more pickups. We got more Super Nintendo games, NES games, PlayStation games, some Sega Saturn, some Wii. It was pretty much all over the board. So thank you for watching part one. Look forward to part two. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. Take care.